Hi guys, Gail Sylvester here. So lots of information hitting the media about the interest rates and how they're going crazy. Like to the point that I had a client tell me, I think he heard that they were referring to the rates going like where they were in back in the Depression. Rates are not going to go that high. Will rates change? They always do. But what happens is we're now hearing a lot of information through media, and media is there to cause fear because that's what drives stuff, right? They don't talk about the good, happy stuff that's happening. They talk about all the negativity. Well, majority of the time, right? So let's talk about what this means for you. So, what does it mean with the variable rate? So, right now, if we look at history as a guide, because that's what I always like to do, I went back to June of 2010 and we had the prime lending rate at that point at 2.5. So now we are in 2022, so like almost 12 years later, and the prime lending rate is at 2.45. It's pretty much the same. But through those 12 years, it's only went up and down a total of 11 times. It has not really changed much. All what we hear is all the changes is the fixed rates. The fixed rates are attached to the bond market. So they're actually based on a whole different market than it is the prime rate. So they're the ones that you see all the ups and downs, right? Because the bond market is essentially the stock market. And that's what always changes. So what we're seeing is, yep, the fixed rates have come up. And so people say, well, if the fixed rates are come up, is the variable rate going to come up? And is it better for me to lock in now or to not lock in? Or what should I do? Well, it's a case by case. I always say if this is keeping you up at night and you're stressed, it's best to have a conversation because you should never feel money stress. That's never a good place. It's never a good place for you to be. But what I do want you to know is that when the interest rate does change on the prime lending rate, so right now, let's say it's at 2.5. So if it, or sorry, 4.5, my apologies. If it goes up by the 0.25 and it goes up to 2.7, that's going to be about equivalent to about $12 a week in your mortgage payment. That's what you can expect. But if you want to convert to a fixed rate, fixed rates right now are about 3%. Still super low, but still they're at 3%. And what we're looking at is that if you were to lock in at that rate, you'll probably see your payment increase by about $300 a month, give or take. That's a general number, but it's an idea just to give just so for reference point. So by going up $300 a month on your mortgage payment by converting to a fixed, that's all going towards interest. Like none of that goes towards your principal. So you have to decide where your comfort zone lies. If you're comfortable in staying with the variable, because we know it doesn't change much, because history's proven that. But if you also want to say, I'm not sure where fixed rates are going and I need to lock in and I'm willing to pay that extra, say $300 a month, then that's something we definitely need to chat about. But you need to be educated. And that's the biggest piece that I can say. It's not a matter of this product or that product and such. The variable is statistically known to pay down your mortgage quicker. It's just a fact. It's the history, it's the data. And when you lock into a fixed rate, you're actually timing the market. So what you're doing is you're saying, I believe today the rates are not going to go lower. And if you lock into today's rates and the rates do go lower, you are in a contract for that higher rate, and your payment's not going to change. So everything's going to remain the same for you in that sense. So there's nothing really to worry about. This is pretty standard. This is what happens in the mortgage industry. It's what happens with mortgage rates kind of, but right now there's a feeding frenzy of chaos. So I want to be the calm in the storm for you. So if you are concerned and you're worried, pick up the phone, call me. Let's have a conversation. Let me put you at ease. Let me find out where your fears are coming from. What is it that's driving you that makes you want to go into the fixed as opposed to stay into the variable? Because the variable rate mortgage is a strategy in saving you money. So I'm here, I'm a phone call away or an email. Just reach out and I look forward to talking to you soon. Okay, take care. We'll talk.